Good morning. Welcome to the Art of Being Favi. I'm your host, Favi Marti. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about, can you be successful and still enjoy life? Now, in itself, that might sound like a silly question, but I see it time and time again. A lot of people push aside having fun right now for what they think they're going to get later on in life. And while I do think that you should save for the future and build towards the future and not always focus so much on instant gratification, I also think that there should be some kind of balance. You shouldn't completely deprive yourself from what might or might not come in the future. If you don't know what I'm talking about, two good examples are Gary Vee and Grant Cardone. Both of them talk about hustling nonstop, 24/7, every single day, until your feet fall off or something like that. And while I do agree that if there's something that you truly want, something that you're passionate and that you love, you should do it each and every single day. I don't think it's completely healthy to make it the only part of your life. For example, there is something to be said about taking time off to relax your mind. A lot of the people that I know that are workaholics are usually trying to avoid something else in their lives. That's not to say that everybody who works long hours and enjoys their job or enjoys their career is avoiding something in their lives. But when it becomes the predominant part of your life and you don't know or think about anything else outside of it, then that can be kind of a problem. You see, as human beings, we're social creatures. And before civilizations rose from the ground and we had all the technology that we do now, people used to form into small groups, usually called tribes or whatever. And so it's an essential part for us to have some kind of social life, some kind of life with other people that we can talk to, that we can share memories with. Life isn't all about hustling and grinding. The most important thing you want to ask yourself is, what do we want out of life? And I'm sure there's somebody out there that's going to be like,
Favi, I don't care about talking to anybody. I don't care about being social. I don't care about this. I don't care about that. All I care about is my work. That's all I do, and that's all I care about.
And if that's truly the case, like if you're not avoiding it, so be it. But there is a psychological hierarchy of needs that was written out by a guy named Maslow. And these psychological needs are basically a list of everything that we need as human beings to feel fulfilled in our lives. At the very base level, you have your physiological needs, such as your need for food, your need for shelter, your need for water, your need for air, that type of stuff. On the very next level, there's your basic security needs, the need to feel safe at home, the need to have a job, the need to have good health, that kind of stuff. Above that level, you have a need for love and belonging. That's the need to have family, friends, a significant other, a sense of connection, if you will. And right above that, there's a need for esteem, a good sense of self-esteem, a good sense of recognition, that kind of stuff. And way at the very top is a need for self-actualization, basically the need to become the best person that you can be. And for some people, a career plays a good part in that. But as you see, there's a whole foundation right underneath that built on top of that. So say it's like a pyramid, and if you only have the top piece, well, that's a pretty tiny pyramid you got standing there. You might feel some sense of fulfillment, but when you're at home alone with your thoughts, man, that can be a scary place to be. On another note, one of the most brilliant people in history, Albert Einstein, used to take really long walks because those long walks allowed him to separate himself from the problem. So he wasn't all up close, up against a tree looking for the forest, if you will. So sometimes overworking can actually be counterproductive. For example, it's said that Henry Ford found his workers to be more productive when they worked 5 days a week than when they worked every single day of the week. So if it's something that you're really passionate about and you really want to do, I say go for it. But don't overdo it. Allow yourself time to unwind and relax. And the most important thing is to remember that it's not a race. I remember when I was 18, I was in such a rush to become a millionaire. It was like the one thing that I wanted to do more than anything, and I had no clue how to start. And so I would read all kinds of books on the topic, like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, that kind of stuff. And so each time that I would start an adventure and it wouldn't pan out because my mind was on how to be rich and not necessarily how I could provide the most value to people or how to do an effective job, then inevitably I would lose momentum and I would just give up because things weren't really panning out how I wanted them to be, and it wasn't something that I was really interested in, but it was something that I had heard that would make me money. So basically what I'm trying to say is not everything in life is a race. Take your time. Follow what makes you come alive. Follow what you're really passionate about. Don't go into things just for the money or for what you think that money will bring. Do them because you genuinely love them. And I know some people are like,
yeah, but I want to get this done now. I want to be rich now. I want to do this now.
And the thing is, even if things don't pan out like you thought they would, at least you have some form of experience. That experience can become invaluable as the years go by and you try other things until eventually something does pan out. For example, I'm way more resilient in doing YouTube, especially since I like making videos, but I'm way more resilient doing this than I have been with most other things in my life. And the reason for that is because I actually enjoy it. I'm not doing this for the money. Right now there isn't any. Well, there's that 20 bucks that somebody donated. If you're interested in supporting the channel, there's a link down below. But the short answer is yes, you can be successful at life and still enjoy it. I know a lot of people that do it. And on that note, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to the channel, I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Bye.